character, he admits to the male lead he's kind of jealous of his mother, typically because his mother gets to have bedtime with their son while he only gets nap time, because his son prefers to sleep with grandma over him. He points out that he's saddened over the fact that he missed out a lot of opportunities and moments with their son because of them running off all the time. And the male lead just looks at him being like, you're telling this to me, the person who missed out on 3 years? At least you got to witness some stuff. I missed out on all those 3 years. Which was a little cute, silly moment, honestly. And at least the main character is actually talking about his feelings. Because again, the main character kind of doesn't talk about his feelings. And it's at the blame of his stepfather, but the main character's kind of shut about his feelings. Another thing that the main character talk about is his feelings when the male lead points out that he is very jealous over the main character's mindset towards his mother and their son. Like, the main character is always adoring upon them, always giving them his attention, and the male lead's kind of jealous over this. And the main character admits to why he's like this. So when he turned 10 years old and his father took him away from his mother, he still didn't have any connections or bonds with his father because, one, his father was being controlled by the stepfather through their claim and bond, and also the fact that his father was busy with his work, so he didn't really have any family, and his stepfather raised him like a child soldier. So again, no bonds and connections there. And once he returned to his mother's side, he had that family again, and he wants to keep that family close to him. He wants to make sure that family is safe and sound. He's always thinking about them and wanting them near. Which again, kind of makes the male lead jealous that he wants to be kind of part of this family. But yes, it's kind of nice to see the main character again talking about his feelings, which this feeling talk is also done when he's talking about his feelings about being jealous of his mother and missing out on stuff on his son. So I'm kind of disappointed with the male lead at this moment because the male lead is kind of being handsy and kissy with the main character. And what also I didn't like about this scene was the fact that they're in their son's room. It's after his son's nap time, and the cousin came and got the son and took off with his son to spoil and pamper the son. And the male lead has an alone moment with the main character, and in their son's room, he's being all sweet and kissy and handsy, and I'm like, no, not in your son's room. Go to your room, or go at least into the hallway. Just don't in your son's room. Like, I was full on grossed out about that. Another moment I was kind of grossed out with them when they're committing Devil's Tango is their son is having a little Halloween party, and all the kids are outside. The bodyguards are protecting the kids, they're playing with the kids, they're just enjoying their time at a Halloween party at their house. And the main character at first was outside with the kids until he goes inside and the male lead tackles him and they start having Devil's Tango. And I'm like, right outside your home is a bunch of 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds, and you decide to do the Devil's Tango? And like, yes, the kids weren't going to be coming into the house, but what happened if one of the kids needed to use the bathroom? That is my point. Like, neither one of them thought about when they started this party that a bunch of 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds needed to use the bathroom, because the main character had promised the male lead the kids wouldn't be coming into the house because the male lead was wary about having these children in his home, and he promised, oh, these kids wouldn't be coming into the house. And I'm like, what about them needing to use the bathroom? But again, these two completely forget about the little kids who are outside of their home who could easily walk inside because they need to use the bathroom and come face to face with them doing the Devil's Tango. Because again, they're not doing the Devil's Tango in their own bedroom. They're doing this outside in their living room. And I'm just like, why? Why? You guys could have waited until the party was over and a bunch of those kids were sent home and your son was in bed. But no, you guys decide to do it right then and there. Like, I was very displeased. It's like back when I was reading Grandmaster Demonic Convention, and every time I read the main character in my lead doing the Devil's Tango in public, and the one time they were caught by a small little girl, the perfume pouch lady's child. Yeah, that kid witnessed it or caught the end of it. It was so gross. I didn't like that was put in the story. I also didn't like the fact that they were doing the Devil's Tango in the place they rented while they were supposed to be taking care of a ghoul, a monster, with their son, and they left their son outside at the door, and he had to practically listen to that. Like, that grosses me out. This grosses me out. I'm like, why do we do this? It's not needed. Please just don't do that. So the male lead makes a joke about how sensitive the main character's chest has been lately and how it looks like it's getting a little bigger. And he jokes that the main character sooner or later will probably reduce milk. The main character is not producing milk right now, but then this makes them think, wait a second, is the main character pregnant? The male lead had nodded him not that long ago, like a couple months ago, and they go, oh wait, is the main character pregnant? They can't go to a hospital right now because it's the middle of the night. But then directly the next morning, they will go to the hospital to see if the main character is pregnant, which we're never confirmed if he was not or not because that's the end of the book. The male lead and the main character, they do get married. They have a courthouse wedding. That's all they wanted. They bring the main character's mother, their son, and the male lead's cousin. The reason why the grandfather wasn't there is because the male lead didn't inform his grandfather about the wedding because he knew his grandfather would want a big, grand, extravagant wedding, and he just didn't have the patience and time for a big, extravagant wedding because those kinds of weddings take a long time to be prepared and ready and made perfect. And the male lead wanted a ring on the main character's finger as fast as possible. Yes, he has a claim on the main character, but he wanted that ring. He wanted that ring on the main character. And the main character just wanted a peace, quiet, simple wedding at the courthouse. So, fixing both things for both of them. Except the grandfather does find out right after the courthouse wedding through the cousin, and he basically tells them to come see him after their wedding. And the main character's like, oh, were you embarrassed by us? Why didn't you say anything? And Emily's like, it's not like that. It's not like that. I was going to tell him after the wedding, but I knew that if we told him beforehand, he would make it a big, grand, extravagant wedding. Like, please believe me. I wasn't trying to hide you guys. I was going to inform you. Which felt more like a playful teasing thing that the main character wasn't actually seriously upset, but also knowing the main character, you really can't tell if he was actually upset or not. I love the reactions of the main character's mother and the first right hand man because it's like, oh, great for you. But on the inside, they're like, oh, we already knew. Because the way this mother just looked at the Melly when he told her is exactly like that. And the Melly's first right hand man was planning to tell the Melly about the whole DNA test thing, wanted to bring it up to tell the Melly, and the Melly beat him at being like, oh, I already been told by the main character. I'm our child's father. And he's like, oh, okay, great. Good to know. The main character and the male lead, they've been like the couple from Grandmaster Delano Finch in Every Day is Every Day. But the main character is starting to get sick and tired of it. He tells the male lead, 3 to 4 days are we doing the Devil's Tango. You already proved you can handle once a week from back when we had our contract. You can do 3 to 4 days. And the male lead's like, no, because the male lead is a clingy, horny dog who wants to constantly be clingy and horny to his husband. He can't handle not doing it every day as every day. But he gets punished when the main character is like, oh, if I am pregnant, when they were talking about the possibility of the main character being pregnant, we're not doing it at all. And this horrifies and terrifies him. Like, he's excited about having another kid with the main character and getting to start from the very get-go with the child, but he's also not liking the idea of never doing it.